Today we're going to talk about 10 signs that you might be simping. Now, for those of you who don't know, simping is when a man excessively caters to and prioritizes a woman, often at his own expense. Let's dive into the signs. One of the clear signs of simping is when you're constantly showering a woman with expensive gifts or treating her to lavish outings, all in the hopes of winning her affection. This type of simp has a high rate of going into debt and ending up broke. Simping often blinds men to the red flags in a woman's behavior. If you find yourself overlooking obvious signs of manipulation or toxicity because you're too infatuated to see them, you're definitely simping. This type of simp has a high rate of forgiving infidelity. Are you dropping everything at a moment's notice whenever she calls or texts? If you're always available to her beck and call, neglecting your own priorities and hobbies, you're displaying simp behavior. This type of simp has a high rate of leaving work early or showing up late. Simping thrives on seeking validation from the woman you're pursuing. If you're constantly seeking her validation and approval, fishing for compliments or reassurance, you're falling into the simp trap. Respecting boundaries is crucial in any relationship, but simps often disregard them. If you find yourself crossing her boundaries or tolerating disrespectful behavior just to keep her around, you're simping. This type of simp is more likely to become dangerously obsessed. Simping often involves being overly submissive and passive in a relationship dynamic. If you're always bending over backwards to accommodate her wishes without asserting your own needs and desires, you're a simp. This type of simp has a high rate of being manipulated and run over by women. Are you showering her with constant praises and compliments, regardless of her actions or behavior? Excessive flattery is a classic sign of simping, as you're trying too damn hard to win her favor. This type of simp has a high rate of being placed in the friend zone. Simping often stems from a deep-seated fear of being rejected. If you're terrified of standing up for yourself or risking her disapproval, you're allowing fear to dictate your actions, which is an obvious sign of simping. Ultimately, simping boils down to the lack of self-respect. If you're willing to compromise your values, dignity, and self-worth in the pursuit of a woman's affection, it's time to reevaluate your priorities and regain control of your life. So, in order to refrain from ever being a simp, here is a list of rules to start following. Rule number 1, say no more than yes. Rule number 2, don't use money to gain favor. Rule number 3, prioritize your own well-being and self-respect over others. Rule number 4, make everyone book your time. Rule number 5, give and take, but take first if opportunity arises. Rule number 6, approval from your peers and superiors only matters. Rule number 7, never wait on others. Your time is more valuable. Rule number 8, ensure that everyone you deal with has as much skin in the game as you do. Rule number 9, only give compliments when they are deserving. Rule number 10, personal goals come before relationships. But remember this, fellas, there's nothing wrong with showing genuine affection and respect for women, but simping is a toxic behavior that ultimately undermines your self-respect and dignity. Focus on building yourself up as a high-value man.
Automatically in a submissive or inferior position just in the hopes of landing a woman, you might be a simp. A woman you don't even know isn't above or below you. Don't put yourself in an inferior position just to gain a woman's favor. If you use being the nice guy as a manipulative tool just to land a woman, thinking if I just be the nice guy, she'll owe me. If you want to be kind, do so for the sake of it, not to get a woman to owe you. Not recognizing or accepting you're in the friend zone might make you a simp. If you've been hanging out for months and nothing romantic has popped off, 99% chance it never will. You might be a simp if you categorically defend women no matter if they're at fault or not. Trying to make a woman feel good so she'll like you. She might like that you agree with her, but she won't respect you if you put too much time and energy into pursuing women. Look, we all should exert energy trying to get women. It shouldn't be your main focus. Focus on your purpose and being the best you can be.
I'm a gentleman. I treat women like queens. I'm an asshole. I like to treat them like shit. I like to call them beautiful. I usually call them bitches. Sometimes I like to give them money. Bitch better have my money. Women like to refer to me as their brother. They refer to me as daddy. Sometimes I drive them to another man's house. I sometimes drive them to another man's house. And I sit there while I wait. I know they walk all over me. I tell them hoes to lay on the ground like a red carpet so I won't scuff up my leather boots. What? But at the end of the day, I'm aware that I'm a piece of shit.
My boyfriend's attention, video games, sports, the boys. But that all changed once I found out about Cymbalta. Cymbalta is the first and only FDA-approved medicine specially formulated to promote simping. This is how it works. Cymbalta is a once-daily transrectal supplement designed to enlarge the simp region of the brain. Cymbalta saved my relationship. My boyfriend went from ignoring me to simping for me immediately. He no longer wanted to play video games or hang out with the boys. He had the urge to wake up early, go to farmers markets, and wear cute outfits, just for fun. And the best part is, Cymbalta is 100% safe, so there's nothing to worry about.
Cymbalta is extremely dangerous and not for everyone. Side effects include depression, loss of respect, shrinking testicles, loneliness, hallucinations, and in some cases, death. Call your doctor immediately if you have a simp erection lasting more than 4 hours.
Relationships can be complicated. Simplify yours with Cymbalta.
That you love me to death and you'll never leave me.
I love her, baby. Call it. It do
And
it
tell him that you'll never leave me.
It devil focus on.
Tell him you'll never. No, I ain't say that. I said tell him that you'll never leave me.
I tell D. I tell him
I said tell him that you would never leave me.
I will never will.
You will never leave who?
Khadijah.
Kiss her forehead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16 in the NLT. Then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth. And you will desire to control your husband, but he will have rule over you. Call Holayam La, Al-Banawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakat, Khodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16 in the NLT. Then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth. And you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. But you know, here in America, aka Babylon the Great, it is taught and told that the woman should, as I just read, rule over you, lead, and you submit to her. You bow down to her. When that's actually completely out of order, and everything here on the earth is off course. Okay, everything is literally negative, contrary, against the structure, the blueprint, the format that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah has established and created, man. Okay? And, a man is not supposed to be in an emotional position that the woman's supposed to be in. Because men are supposed to be logical. Men are supposed to be intellectual. Men are supposed to be, problem solvers, and amongst other things too. Okay, but here in this society, man, it's taught to these boys, these men child, because why? They're raised by women. They're raised by Big Mama. They're raised by these Israelite women that want to have a position, the status of men, basically penis envy. And a lot of you so-called men that are of the nation of Israel, a lot of y'all have a weak spirit when it comes to men, or it's like when it comes to women. Okay, you don't have a backbone, you don't have any testicles, you don't have any type of leadership or dominance as a man. You let your woman rule over you. And furthermore, before we go further into this lesson, I'm not talking to these women. Okay, because you men being in this truth, especially you new brothers that's basically in the truth and learning and growing. This is the point where you learn how to conduct yourself in an upright manner righteously. Okay, how to go about things in the correct way. Okay, because what you was taught in the world was completely pollution and contamination of your mind. Okay, and now the Lord is purging out that filth, that leaven, that corruption that has led you astray, and now the Lord is brainwashing you through the power and spirit of his words and sanctifying you through these words for you to again walk uprightly and do everything that the way Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi intended you to be. Okay, so, you know, as men, we have to be men. We can't just say we're men. We have to show forth that we're actually men. Okay, and again, this is just, you know, some advice that I've gone through for myself and experiences that some brothers may have not gone through. Again, also speaking mainly to the newer brothers and the brothers that really don't, that didn't have guidance, you know, growing up in a household and actually know how to go about things as with concerning women. Okay, to know how to, you know, thoroughly and prosperously take position in your role as a man, and not just any man, an Israelite man, and not just any Israelite man, but Adawan Rat Azal, the hopeful elect, man. Okay, so the woman's supposed to be a servant, a helpmeet to us. It's not supposed to be the other way around. We're not supposed to simp for women. We're not supposed to bow down to women. The woman was created for us. Okay, and you can read that in the book of Genesis chapter 2. But let's you know, I'm not gonna grab a whole bunch of precepts. I may quote some. Okay, but we're just gonna get straight to the point as thoroughly and quickly as possible. And again, I'm talking to you brothers, man, and also you sisters. You know, you tune in too. Okay, because it's always a good reminder, you know, of the position that you're supposed to be in. Okay, because you have a lot of so-called sisters in the truth that say they in the truth, but, you know, still have the desire, the spirit of the world, man. Okay, because you may have, let's say 25 sisters listening to your channel, and only 3 of them might be right. Okay, and you know, you may have 100 Jakes listening to your channel, and only 25 of them may be right. Okay, but this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, starting off at verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So Paul is quoting Genesis chapter 2. The Lord said, basically, roughly paraphrasing, man should not be alone. Let me create a help me for him. You know, roughly paraphrasing. So the woman is not made for you to be a slave, a servant, to be a simp, to be weak, etc. The woman's made to help the man in whatever need he needs help in, you know, to be a servant, because that word woman goes into female servant, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and the woman, you know, and not to say that, so slacky, basically, you know, it's just another nice way to say slave, you know, to be clear, blunt, and straight to the point. And if you don't like it, unsubscribe, go out somebody else, man, because we give you the truth over here. Okay, and a woman is also, you know, obviously to help bring forth the lineage and to establish the nation. And, you know, a woman can only be pregnant once a year. So that's why a man, amongst other reasons, has to have more than one wife to bring forth his nation, to bring forth more children. Okay? Point blank period, man. And that's cold, hard facts, man. But the woman, again, to you brothers, man, and also you can't be a tyrant, man. You can't be out here being, you know, just because you know your position is supposed to be more dominant and you're the leader and, you know, this and that and that and this. It still doesn't give you a right to be a tyrant. Okay, and I'll speak on that further when I'm going to bring that precept out. But again, the woman was made to be a pillar of rest, to comfort the man, to you know, give aid, to help nurture and raise the children. You know, to keep the household structured. Okay, and amongst other things, man. And again, you have to have a backbone. You have to have assurance about yourself, man, because, okay, it wasn't no coincidence of your game and your looks and this and that. The Most High brought that woman forth to you. Okay, as Yahawashi stated, roughly paraphrasing, let no man break asunder what the Most High has brought together, roughly paraphrasing. So every woman that you have gotten in your life, the Most High established that for you, man. Every woman that he has taken away from you, the Most High did that. Okay, it's no such thing as a bad situation. You know, I effed up and this and that. No, the Lord does and did all, man. And furthermore, if the Lord took you out of a bad situation with a woman, you should be thankful for that, man. You know, and I had to, you know, learn that the hard way for myself, man, continuously going through hell with my demon, man. You know, after all the experience that I had with a lot of women and going through the things that I went through with my demon, then coming into truth and really analyzing and thinking about things, that was mercy, man. That was mercy what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah did for me, man. And now even till this day right now, there's regret on her end. They're still, you know, trying to reconnect things on her end. And all I'm doing is just living. I'm not bothering nobody, but everybody wants to bother you when you don't want to bother them and chase after them. Take heed, Akim. Real talk. But let's continue. Because again, this is all personal experience, man. I've done these things, man. These precepts that I'm reading to you, I've done these things. I put myself in a position attempting to please a woman and not please Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. To not be a man, to be a simp. To not have no backbone, no nuts, no dominance, no anything. Just because of the delusion of this world, that what they taught you about love, because love is not just a word of reference. Love is a word of action, deeds. Okay, you show forth that love through action. Like we say we love, we fear the Lord. We show that through our works, through our actions, through our deeds, man. Okay? This is 1 Esdras chapter 4, starting off at verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. And I can attest for this. Because these women will have you losing your fucking mind, man. It's been a lot, man. Look, I'm not going to go into detail on all the things that I've done over a damn woman. Especially, you know, my demon, man. Especially the woman that I, you know, married in Esau's system, had kids by. I've done a lot of things that when I look back now, I'm like, damn, what the hell was I thinking? What type of demon was on me to do these things, man? What type of demon, you know, it's just like, you just like, damn, man. I was gone. I was stupid. I was weak. I was doing any and everything to please somebody that didn't want to be pleased. As you know, that song goes, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. And these, man, like these hoes, these whores, these sluts, these harlots, they don't want to be saved, man. Something happens, you know, at the moment they crying, they boo-hooing and everything else. But as soon as that affliction, that adversity is gone, it's right back to prosperity. There's no more remembrance of that affliction and adversity, man. And as soon as you help these whores, and I'm calling how I see it because it's the truth. As soon as you help these whores, they'll ditch you like a shitty diaper, man. Toss you away, man. When you actually, you know, again, I'm speaking through experience. When you actually do things out of the kindness of your heart, because you actually what? You actually care, man. But the more you do, the more you learn. When you realize they don't care about you, again, they don't even care about their damn selves, man. Okay. 1 Esdras 4 verse 26. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sake. So again, everything is flip-flop. Everything is off course, man. So instead of her being your servant, your helpmeet, playing her position that the Lord gave her, you down here doing what she's supposed to be doing, man. She checking you in front of your family and your friends, man. Making you look weak and stupid, man. And guess what? She's doing whatever the hell she wants because she knows she got you. Okay. You can have a couple of your partners over at the crib and y'all could be watching the game, whatever it may be, playing cards, whatever it may be. She can have a couple of her partners over, you know, her friends, and she'll just do the most disrespectful shit. But it's normal to you. But everybody else sees it, that they know it's disrespect. She'll tell you to go get her a glass of water or something like that in the most disrespectful way. But again, it's normal to you. And what do? Okay, Tanya. Go up there and right up there and get it, man. Verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. Okay, because you know a lot of jakes, man, just because you want to get some box And amongst other things, you'll do all types of errors, transgressions, commit all types of iniquities just to prove yourself, just to be able to get access to her body, man. When she doesn't do that for the other dude that ain't done a damn thing to get access to her body, or even to get some respect, and you don't even realize it. You jumping through hoops, erring in your everyday life, what she's making you do, and you don't even notice it because it's manipulation, just to get respect. Okay? But again, dealing with these women, you have to know, brothers, dealing with these women, you're going to have trouble in the flesh, man. You're going to go through things, man. And again, when you come in this truth and you have big brothers, elder apostles, elder bishops that do lessons on women, that tell you how, you should be conducting yourself and carrying yourself, you got to take heed to those, man. Because the Lord is not looking for little boys, man. The Lord is not looking for men that have no backbone, men that don't know how to carry themselves and conduct themselves according to our customs, man. How to discern things balanced and righteously, man. Okay? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, and I'm going to start off at verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So this world is literally on this last string. It's the last leg, man. This place is going to pass away, and we use it, but we don't abuse it. And, dealing with our women, we don't, and I can, now that, I know what I know, and what you should also be doing too. We don't indulge in birthdays. We damn sure don't indulge in no fucking Valentine's Day. So any of you brothers, I'm just naming these two things. You should already know Thanksgiving, New Year's, the so-called Edomite New Year, and Christmas, stuff like that. You should already know that you should not be entertaining that stuff. Now, if you're a woman, if she's in the truth, that's called to wop. But if she's not, she's in the world and she still indulges in those things, then you can't look, man, you can't control these women, man. Period, man. You can't, because it's still in the back of their mind. They know that all they have to do is call Esau, and they got backup. Okay? These women can cry in the blink of an eye if they call the feds on you and make a lie quickly. And they'll also, hey, look, man, women would see what you Akim have to realize too, man. Women do a lot of premeditation in the things they really want to get rid of out of their life, especially when it comes to a nigga. Okay? And it also stating too in the book of Sirach 26, a wicked woman, or maybe 25, 26, one of those chapters, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. Okay, so again, referring back to what I said about Yahushua saying, let not the Lord asunder what he brought together. So the Lord doesn't make no mistakes. Okay? But again, a woman premeditates things when she really wants to get rid of something permanently. Okay? When she truly wants to get rid of something permanently, she premeditates it. But if she wants to be able to be free and have no, what's the word I'm looking for? We'll just say have not the answer to you fully, and really be in a relationship or whatever the case may be. She'll figure out a way to keep you at arm's reach, but still have 100% leadway to do what she want and not have to answer to you, but still, entertain you to be able to have access to your resources. Okay? So 1 Corinthians 7 verse 31. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. But I would have you know. Salakia. Is that what I wanted? But I would have you know, Salakia, 1 Corinthians 7 verse 32. But I would have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried care for the things that belongeth to the Lord, how we may please the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's true. Because when you locked in your focus, you got that tunnel vision, you're doing everything to please Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, man. You know, you're focused on your crown. You know, you're literally examining yourself. You're studying, you're feeding the flock. You're doing everything to the best of your ability in this weak, corruptible flesh to make sure that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai sees your good works, your dedication, your devotion, man. Okay? And of course, you know, depending on, you know, if you were older, Jake, and, you know, however it is, you know, some brothers, you know, got jumps on the side that they deal with, or, you know, if they got an itch, the Lord might send them abroad to scratch it, you know, etc. Okay, but your main goal, your main focus is on the truth. It's on pleasing Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. It's growing and prospering and improving yourself. Okay, 1 Corinthians 7 verse 33. But he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how we may please his wife. And your wife is supposed to be Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. This truth, man. Okay, period, man. So, you know, you have, when you come in the truth, and your woman might know you in the truth, because y'all might live together, whatever the case may be, and, you know, a certain thing, because, you know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai comes first, man. Point blank, period, man. And little do you know, if you don't realize it, everything that you have gained and got in this world, the Lord gave to you. Your job, okay, your tax bracket for your currency from your job, your living, your vehicles, you know, all the things that you have that give you some type of comfort and, you know, stability in this world, and even your woman, everything, the Lord gave it to you, man. So it's real disrespectful and like spitting in the Most High's face and his son's face if you disregard him, try to put him second, third, or even last, and literally to put a damn woman above even yourself. Man, you know, F yourself even before Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. You should know that, man. That's a small thing that you should know, man. When you first come in this truth, man, that should be the first thing that you should realize, that the Lord gave you everything that you got, and he took away everything that you had, man. So why would you want to disrespect the power, your heavenly Father and his son that gave you what you got? He didn't have to give you that woman. He didn't have to give you that job. He didn't have to give you that vehicle. He didn't have to give you that roof over your head, man. So you got to care for what the Lord wants done. You got to care for what the Lord is desiring you to do, man. Put him first. Fear him the most, man. Your woman want to leave, man. Look, I ain't telling you what to do. You know, me personally, I've gone through it a lot. Hey, look, man. I remember not too long after I came in the truth, you know, was in the truth for a while. I had, man, look, man. First and foremost, I'm not the most handsomest dude in the world. I'm not the most, as they say, swagged out, charismatic, and this and that, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But I don't have an issue getting women. I'll just say that I really don't have an issue getting women, especially if I desire a woman. But I had two women, you know, when I was in the truth a little bit early and everything else. And I knew the scriptures. I wasn't studying, and I daggone sure wasn't teaching. I was going to camp. And then literally after camp, as soon as we, you know, all right, shalom, bro, yeah, shalom, all right, see y'all later. See y'all next week. As soon as I would leave, I would grab my phone and call one of them broads up. Hey, look, I'm going to be home at such and such. You coming through? Yeah. And it wasn't nothing. I mean, technically, to be honest with you, all I had to do was say, look, come through this town. Okay, no problem. So I was not putting the Lord first. And guess what happened? The Lord took them hoes away from me. Took them away from me. Which I understand, first and foremost, I wasn't doing what he called me to do. And secondly, it was a blessing, man. It was a blessing. Real talk. And now, you know, the Lord gave me women, and the Lord's taking women from me. The Lord's giving me, you know, well, you're doing the item off your eyes, so here go a bone for you for a few months. And then once the third month come, man, look, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time, once like the third, fourth month come, the Lord makes something happen. and I see what it is, and I just, and I got a lot of stories, but I ain't gonna go into them. That's my own personal business. But I just literally just disconnect, man, because a lot of these broads are whores and hoes, man. Okay, but referring back to what I said, you can't be a tyrant in your household, man. Let's grab that precept. This is Sirach chapter 4, verse 30. Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants. So now we're going to refer to two households, because it technically is two households. It's your actual household with your children and your women, and it's also your actual household with the church, the body, the lively stones. Those are the two houses that we can refer to in general. But for this household, we're talking about your actual household with the roof, with your children and your wife. And as it says, frantic among thy servants, as I spoke prior early, the definition of woman goes into female servant. So the woman is a servant to the man, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, I don't give a damn. Unsubscribe, go watch somebody else. Okay? Period. It is what it is, man. You got an issue, take it up with Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you're not supposed to be frantic, a damn demon, unruly, a tyrant. Okay? With your woman, man. You're supposed to be balanced. You're supposed to have correct discernment, man. Okay, and it might be sometimes, beloved elders and elder apostles, elder bishops have also stated this fact too. It might be sometimes your woman actually is saying something that you need to take heed to, man. Okay? Period. So, you got to be balanced, man. And furthermore, too, again, as the beloved Ra'ash Monagan always tells us, you got to look at things spiritual, man. We know these women, they damn demons. You sleeping next to a bonnet and some cum stoppers and shit. But, at the end of the day, you're going to, as we read in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 31 on down, you're going to go through trouble in the flesh. You're going to go through trials and tribulations with your woman, man. But as we see and as we know, look at the state of the woman out here in the world. Look at the STD, STI, HIV AIDS rate, man. It's not decreasing. It's prospering and developing more and more in all inner cities and across America, man. So unless your woman is just a whore and out here committing adultery, if she's desired to be, to desire to be with thee, as it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, if she desired to be with you, cut her not asunder, man. Because shit, man, you leave that woman, and after a while, you're gonna be burning. You're gonna be desiring, to get some adult time and miss that nigga woman spirit. Salak here. But yeah, man, be not read again, Sirach 4 verse 30. Be not as a lion in thy house. So control yourself, man. Don't be a tyrant, man. Be balanced, man. Look at things spiritual. Rightly analyze and process all these matters correctly before you go into overdrive and explode, man. And also too, Salakia, Thawadi Haba Shimi Hawashai. Look at, in our history with King David, Kings and the book of Samuels. Look at, and Chronicles. Look at I forgot the dude's name that basically tried to disrespect David, wouldn't help him, wouldn't send him no food, no water and everything else. And then his wife literally begged King David not to basically put him to death. And David took heed to her words. Is a prime example of that too right there. Another woman, coming, giving good knowledge. David took heed to her words. Okay, she also brought him, I believe, food and all, I can't exactly, I think it might have been bread and something else. I can't remember exactly, pinpoint exactly what she brought him, but she brought them something for, him and his army and everything. And then after the wife had told the husband what happened and what David was going to do, I can't remember exactly how the Lord, I think the Lord gave him a heart attack, if I'm not mistaken, but the Lord basically took that Jake out because he was a tyrant. He was wicked. Took that Jake out, and guess what the Lord did then? He gave that man's woman to David to be his wife, man. So, hey, man, take heed, man. Because the Lord can take your ass out and give your woman to a man that's actually more spiritual, more seeking the Most High's heart, which is his mind. Okay? But let's continue. I got 2 more precepts. I know when you're in the zone, man, you talk and you go, but, Salakia, well, shit, not Salakia, but it is what it is. I ain't intended for it to be this long, but, it is what it is. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Okay, because the affairs of this life, of this world, is demonic, is perverse, is corrupted. Okay, it's completely contrary and against what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai told us to do and how to conduct ourselves, man. Because if you take heed and cleave on to the philosophies, the characteristics, and the traits of this world, it disconnects you and rejects you and makes you an abomination to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and it just leads you to death, man. Every single aspect of this world is against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Continuing on. That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. So the Lord chose you to be one of his soldiers, to be one of his mouthpiece, man. So we must please the Lord. We got to be devoted, dedicated, and we got to fear. We got to be obedient to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And you can't be obedient, fear, and be doing what's acceptable and pleasing to the Lord if you're putting your woman first, man. Okay, so would you rather be a slave to your woman or a prisoner, a servant to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who gave you everything that you got, man? I'm telling you right now, man, don't disrespect the Lord, man. Because I'm going to be clear and blunt and straight to the point. The Lord can fuck you up. Do you want smoke with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Who has ever prospered to contend and win against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? I'm going to tell you, nobody. And you ain't going to be the first one. The Lord going to humiliate your ass, man. Take heed. Don't put your woman first. Don't put your kids first. Don't put yourself first. Put Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai first. He gave you everything. He can take everything from you, man. He can put you in a hellish condition to bring you low. Have you crying to him, man. Because you decided to disrespect him. You decided not to do what's pleasing and acceptable to him in his eyes, man. We're going to have everything we need in the kingdom, man. We're going to be in our right minds, man. We're going to have those new bodies. We're going to be constantly in the spirit. We're going to have the laws, the statutes, the commandments written in us, man. We're not going to have to go through this stuff no more, man. Immortality, a crown, to be a part of the first resurrection. I don't want Ratazah to sit at the table with Yahweh Shai, man. To be a part of the governing body, to be able to have a direct conversation with Yahweh Shai, man. These other Israelites ain't going to be able to do those things that I just named, man. We're going to be I don't want Ratazah, Lord willing. We're going to be the top tier on our nation, Lord willing. Why would you want to F that up for a woman? You niggas better get right. And I say niggas because that's the nigga mentality, man. Strip off the old man. Get rid of that leaven. That leaven, the Passover's about to be here, man. Let's close out, man. So the point is made. Because the main base of this whole lesson is this last precept. And this is what you should be doing every single day. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man. So our elder apostles, elder bishops, elders, brothers that are seasoned on down, we give the flock wise instruction. We give the flock the minerals, the nutrients that they need, which are the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. I don't want Ratazah to wise vessels, wise lively stones, so they can what? And he will be yet wiser, so you can be yet wiser. You can prosper, you can develop, you can grow, you can increase, you can have more understanding. So with you getting these things, you'll know how to determine, analyze, process every single aspect of your life, because you meditate upon the precepts, the spirit is in you. You're looking at things spiritual and not carnal. Okay? Teach a just man. We hope we're teaching just men that apply what is being taught to them. Teach a just man, and he will increase. He will increase in learning. So when you increase in learning, you get more understanding. Again, you prosper, you develop, you grow. I'm going to read it again, just straight through. Proverbs 9 verse 9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will yet be wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Hey man, take heed to the edification that's being put out. Take heed to the prophecies. Stay prayed up. Fast when you need to. Stay in the spirit constantly as much as you can. Overcome your flesh. And above all, brothers, because I'm talking to you brothers mainly, and you sisters too. And above all, be a servant, a mouthpiece, a seer, a soldier, a prisoner, which is not a bad thing, for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and not a slave to your damn woman. If you don't like what I said, hey man, hit that unsubscribe button, go watch somebody else, because we give it to you raw and uncut, no filters, man. I don't want to rot to Zah. I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Akim Wa Akwa. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shabbat Shalom. Call Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Shem Kakadash. Call Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.